You're going to say that I don't believe the Bible and you're going to condemn me.
Well,
That's not the point.
Let me read something. Okay, in 1 Timothy 4, chapter 4, verse 1, it says, "The Spirit speaketh expressly, that in later times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy."
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say that I'm the devil, or I have a devil, that I'm, you know what I mean? You're gonna rebuke me.
I'm not gonna rebuke that guy. Listen, he come on my platform and he gave me enough time. Let me see. Let's count it. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly in later times. Some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies. So I was counting really slow, so like 20 seconds before the guy could hold himself for 20 seconds, you know. You're back.
So you kick me out?
I can't talk. If we can't talk, what's the point of having a conversation?
I don't think you can listen.
We've been listening to you. You've been preaching.
I don't preach.
You're preaching on here pretty good, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so the Bible says in Romans 16:16, the churches of Christ salute you. So does that say the Catholic Church or the churches of Christ?
Well, you're splitting hairs. The Catholic Church is the Church of Christ.
Listen, does it say the Catholic Church salutes you, or does it say the churches of Christ?
Number one, depends on what Bible you're reading. Number two, depends on how you want to read it, right? Because if you go to a Catholic Mass, they tell you the Catholic Church is the Church of Christ.
Well, sure they do. And if you go to the Jehovah's Witnesses, they'll probably tell you that they're the true church. Does that make them the true church?
Well, but I just gave you the evidence of why the Catholic Church is.
And I read that it isn't on Peter; it's on the Christ, the confession.
So you think when Jesus was talking about a church, he was talking about your church 2,000 years later?
No, he was talking about his church. I don't have a church, sir. I'm 42 years old. How could I have a church?
Oh, like I've known people that have churches at 20 something.
And well, it's not Christ's church if it's theirs, unless they're Jesus Christ.
Well, see, that's the thing. So again, the Catholic Church has Christ in the church, right? The Catholic Church. Oh, you don't think so?
Because they don't abide in the doctrine of Christ.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what all Christians do, right? They want to separate it to the point that it's only you that's right. I'm not going to do that.
No, it's not to prove it that I'm right. I don't think I'm right. I think the Bible is right. Look, let me read this for you. It says the Bishop of Rome was called the Pope in 400 AD. So, where's that in the New Testament? 400 AD? That's like 300 years later.
You know why, though, right? Historically speaking.
It don't matter about historical. Like I said, some are departing from the faith. Where in the New Testament is there a Pope? It's 300 years later.
That just tells me that you don't know about history.
That just tells me that you don't take the Bible as the full authority.
No.
You would rather.
It tells me that you don't know about history.
Okay, and it tells me you believe history over the Bible.
Well, in this case, yeah, because people could not. The Romans took over, so there were no churches between year 33 and year 300 and something, right? Until one of the Caesars, Constantine, right, converts, and that's when you can start having churches.
I mean, so is what history says.